Hey there, it's Martha, and if you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. If you're new here, this is a monthly video that I do at the start of the month to reflect back on how the previous month went and then also share kind of plans for the month we're in right now. I will share my numbers on how I've been doing on my low buy. I'll call it low buy. I mean, I've had months here and there throughout the year where it's been a no buy, but let's just be realistic here. It's mostly a low buy, and talk about a little bit of some fragrance body mists and things that I've been trying to use up, and just talk, just chat about really reflecting on how my month has been and how I'm feeling. So if this sounds interesting to you, then stick around. I feel like there's going to be a lot of traffic noise today. Let's just share how November's been so far. November and December, because it is December 1st as I'm filming this. And I don't know, I have like a lot of anxiety. And normally this time of year, I guess that's normal because there's a lot going on in the holidays and at work trying to close, a lot of stuff out. And then there's the shopping and, you're trying to find gifts, but how do you find gifts for people who, you feel have everything? And also even for myself about getting gifts, because I feel like when I see something I want, I buy it. And I'm so grateful that I can do that. I mean, not everything, but I will. It's been a little bit, the Black Friday. Let's talk about that first. Black Friday used to be the Friday after Thanksgiving. It was one day, and then you had Cyber Monday, which was the following Monday after Thanksgiving. Black Friday started in November, and I mentioned this in my Facebook group. I'm like, is this new? And people's like, no, that's been going on now for a little while. And I'm like, for whatever reason, I didn't really notice it much last year, but this year, like November 1st, it was like Black Friday sale. And so, I was a little bit of, one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you. And I'm like, I need to stop that. I can't be doing that. But that is something I have known about myself. And, this just validates that even more. If I'm not shopping, if I'm restricting myself in one area, I'll allow myself in another, right? So I've been on a wax low buy, almost no buy. And so then, I'll buy some perfumes that I don't need. Or, I'll go buy this planner stuff. September starts the kind of the planner season for the following year. So I got my planner back in September, but then I joined a club. I joined a planner club this year, or probably in October, because they were sold out. And I'll talk about that. Weren't allowing new subscribers, and then it opened up. But I'll get into that as well. Let me talk about numbers first, since I like to start things off with wax. And so I've always mentioned at the beginning of these videos that my starting point in January was 1,073. And back at the start of January, or even actually the end of December of 2023, I think I said 2023 twice, but back in December of 2023, I came up with really thinking about what are the goals that I want related to wax in 2024. So in January in 2024, I started with 1,073, and I've been mentioning that number pretty much every video. What I neglected, I guess, to share, and I will be doing like a whole video on trends that I saw, personal trends and trends that I'm seeing in wax that for me. But what I neglected to say was I was buying and using and buying and using and low buys and no buys. And, the whole year was not a no buy year. It wasn't like I started with 1,073 and just kept working my way down. I was purchasing as well, being very intentional about what I'm buying, but I was still buying wax. So what I should have been saying is that at my highest point of what I had was not 1,073. That was January 1st. At some point, the highest amount of wax that I had after making purchases was 1,571. 1,571. That is really what I've been trying to work down from, not so much the 1,073. So, I mean, that's a big number. Means I still bought quite a lot. I bought like almost 500 pieces of wax in 2024. And I still have a Scentsy club, a little club order coming this month. And I'll film that when I get that. So that 1571 will actually go up just a little bit. Not much, but it'll go up a little bit. So that's a lot of wax. But what did I use so far? Up until right now, December 1st, I used 694 pieces of wax. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of wax, and I'm very proud of that number because I kind of figured I would use about 500 pieces, in a year. So using 695 is a pretty good number. So specifically with November, I started at 978. I did have some wax come in. I have Scentsy haul that is coming. It's small. It's a small order. I'll share that next week. And I think I only got like 6 bars in it. So that's small. I got some friend mail. So 978 was my highest point, or my starting point in November. With the stuff that came in, it went up to 101. So not too bad. And then I ended November with 878. So that is currently where I'm at, 878 out of that 1571. So it also means that had I not had anything come in, I would have been down to like 398 or something like that. High 300s. If I had strictly had nothing coming in, I would have been at a really good spot. So it's making me think about, what do I want to do next year? I want to keep working down that number, 878. Yeah. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I'll have a video on when I finally have committed to what I'm doing in 2025. I will have a video on that. But other thing to highlight that I thought was kind of interesting was I was watching Shijo's monthly check-in, I think that she had last month, or for October, and she talked about, or maybe it was her strategies for 2025, but she was talking about how many vendor wax she had. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't really counted how much vendors, or how many vendors I have in my stash. And I went and looked, 51. Okay, well, I'll take that to 50 because Scentsy is one of those numbers. So we'll say 50 vendors, and then I have Scentsy, right? So 51 companies of wax. That's crazy. Like, that is a crazy amount. The good thing is in November, one of my challenges was to use up the onesie twosies, try to use up a lot of those, because a lot of those 50 vendors I might have 2, 1, it was in friend mail. Maybe I had 3 pieces, 4 pieces, just a small amount of wax. And so I really challenged myself to use up as many vendors as I could that I'm not planning on repurchasing from or purchasing from. In some cases, I never purchased from them. It was friend mail. But, that I'm not planning on purchasing in 2025. So I want to kind of clear out my spreadsheet of reducing the number of vendors that I'm carrying over. So as of the end of the month, let's see here. So at the end of the month, I am down to 34 vendors left. At the beginning of November, I had 44, and I'm down to 34 vendors. So that means I used up 10 vendors last month in November. So that's really good. That makes me happy. Mission accomplished. That was my challenge, to try to use up some of that. It worked out that a lot of those vendors also were fall winter scents, or kind of all year round. There's a few that were floral and kind of all year round. So that really helped as well. So I'm really proud about that. So I have a lot of things that I'm happy about November. That as far as wax goes, I did really well. I also used my entire melting basket and then some. So if you watched my November melting basket, I used everything. I used everything in that basket, and midway through, I added more Scentsy bars to that basket. So happy about that. I think by the time this goes up, my December melting basket will be up. That will be a challenge. December is going to be a challenge, especially since I will be extremely busy, not home as much as I was in November, and I doubled what I'm planning on melting. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But kind of, let's get into kind of real talk here. November was good. I read 5 books, which was great. I have that in a separate video coming next week. I've already recorded that one, but I'll pop it up next week. So it was a good reading month. So with my word of the year being balance, I've been doing a pretty decent job with at least reintroducing books in my life, because I love to read. So this year I have done really, really well with that. I've also been watching more TV and things that I enjoy. So that's good. Before I made zero time to watch anything other than YouTube videos or record YouTube videos. So, that's been good. I recently watched The Diplomat on Netflix. I'd watched season 1 last year. Season 2 is up. Oh, it's so good. It's such a great show. If you haven't watched The Diplomat and you I guess I never watched West Wing. Maybe I should go back and watch West Wing. I've never watched West Wing, but if you like those type of government shows, it's almost like it's reminding me on how there are people in this world that are on a completely different playing field. I mean, they're not playing with, what their life strategy for the next year. I mean, they're playing with people's lives, and I mean, it's like a game of Risk and all that stuff. So I do find that fascinating, disgusting as well, but it's TV, but it's a good show. So I have been enjoying watching The Diplomat. Started watching a little bit of Emily in Paris, but didn't get very far. I'm kind of not in the mood. Yellowstone. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. So if you haven't watched Yellowstone, watch it. I think it's just amazing TV. So I'm at the, final few episodes of the Yellowstone. So I have been watching some pretty good TV. It's good TV time right now. But I do like to reflect a little bit on the month. And so one of, let me get my questions here, because I do, it helps me remember what I want to say. So a lot of times, I talk about one of my reflection questions is what challenges did I face and how did I overcome them? November, I think the hardest month this year for me was August, and I did have a very vulnerable moment in September, my September check-in. November has been interesting, hard from a work perspective. I'm not going to get into that because that's work related, but it's been a tough month where I'm facing challenges that I haven't in my, 20 something year career. And so that's been tough. It's been tough. It's been stressful. I've mentioned a work project that we have going on that has also been really stressful. I have a business trip in December, and so that on top of Christmas and on top of all the birthdays, there's a lot of birthdays that we celebrate in December. That's kind of stressing me out a little bit. So November was stressful from a work perspective, and I would come home many times, and the way I'd deal with it is really it was spending time with my wax. It was spending time with smells and things that make me happy. I started my perfume series of getting through all my perfumes, and like rediscovering some sense. That made me happy. So when I would come home just like done, like brain fried, like I have nothing in the tank. Yeah, I would either watch my kind of my housewives. I do watch a lot of Bravo TV because for me it's just easy to just like veg out and like in a way feel like, oh yeah, my life's a little better than theirs, right? Because they're fighting and bickering, and I find it comedic and kind of just funny on how some people live in such a bubble, and you're like, oh my gosh, you guys have no idea. You don't live in reality at all. But so I don't know. That for me is therapeutic. Maybe people yelling and screaming for other people is not therapeutic, but I would come home and it's just like brain candy. Like, yeah, let's just watch this train wreck. I can do that. But other days I didn't even want to hear talking. Like, I don't want to watch TV. I don't want to hear dialogue. I don't want to hear anything. And I would go in my wax room and kind of, sniff around. Or in November, I spent a lot of times with my perfumes. I have one here. I'll talk about that in a second. And, that's what I was doing because there were some rough days where just mentally fried. December is not going to be much better for me at work. I work in a department and my team does work in a department. I don't know why my entire life has been like this, but I work in a department where although the rest of the company gets to shut down for a week, I have to work and my team has to work. Not all of them, but I can get like a half my department has to work. And that's been the story of my life. I started out like in high school working in retail. Well, guess what? And maybe I don't have to work Black Fridays anymore like I did as a kid, but I still have to work. So while everyone is relaxing and taking a break and kind of done with the year, they come back all rejuvenated in January and me and my team are like, oh, so, not looking forward to that, but that's December. And so I'm trying to find the joy. That's going to be that's going to be like my word for December. Balance and joy. And then joy will be my word of the year for 2025. 2025. Yeah, I'm like so lost on what year it is for 2025 because I really want to rediscover joy. There's a lot of things that I do right now that bring me joy for sure, but I want to have that be in the forefront of my mind. The other day I was thinking, my youngest, she lives life. She lives, there's a saying, and I don't remember who said it, but there's a saying of, you don't want to just live the length of your life, but you want to live the width as well, right? So there's length and width. Some people just are passing through and just hanging, staying the course. And then there's those people that live. And my youngest is like that. She, in fact, it's sometimes, as a parent, makes you a little stressed as well because she's fearless. I've talked about her in the past, but she lives her width. And I want to think about that a little bit more. I was thinking the other day, I'm like, many of us are just passing time. And it was a little sad to think about that. How many of us are just passing time? Like everything we do, we're entertaining ourselves, but it's passing time, And I don't know what to think about that, but it had me thinking. Anyway, it's kind of, I don't know that I like that feeling or thinking that. So anyway, that is a little bit of how my November has been like. So let me talk about what I am looking forward to in December, and then I'll get into my project, use it up, and share a favorite with you. I got a phone call, so I'm like, what was I doing? Okay, so I think next was project use it up. So I've been trying to focus on using up some Bath & Body Works lotions and mists that I have because really in 2020, I went crazy with Bath & Body Works candles. I should probably, maybe that'll be a goal for next year of like, use up the candles, Martha, use up the candles. But I had so much body mists and they were starting to turn a little because I think I got a lot of these in like 2022. So last month, I said I was going to try to use up Warm and Cozy as much as I could, and I've done a good job. I wish I had gone back, and I will today. We'll definitely do it for next time. Put a Sharpie, because I think visually it's a lot easier to tell where I was than just reading off a number. But I will say that with the Warm and Cozy, I was at 6.7. So I think I was closer up to here. I'm down to here. So I used up 4.4. So I used about 2 ounces, a little bit less than 2 ounces, but I've been doing really good with this one. I love this scent. So that's been really good. In the lotion, I had 4.2 ounces and I'm down to 2.3. So you can't, just by feel, I feel like I'm down to here. So I will probably finish, or actually I think I'm down to here. I can see down to here. So I will be done with the lotion for sure. I'm going to continue using this in December because I love the scent. It's a beautiful, warm and cozy scent. And this is an easy one for me to layer with. So I like layering it with a vanilla bourbon scent I have, perfume. I like layering it with Kayali's vanilla or vanilla, and there's cocoa vanilla, I think. So those, and then I have another vanilla scent that I like. So I have a couple of perfumes that I like that I think layer well with this one. So this I will continue to use in December. Then I had said I was going to use Fairy Tale. I have only been using the lotion, even though I have the body cream as well, but I didn't even touch that. This one I've done really well with. At the start of November, it's hard to keep dates and years and months together. I'm old, man. So at the start of November, I was like here, and I ended up using... so I started with 7.3 ounces. I'm down to 4.8. So I used 3 ounces of this. And this is a 8 ounce, I believe. So I've done pretty well. I'm down to about here. And then with the lotion, I was up to here because I actually had to go back and watch my video because I didn't write down any numbers. I'm like, so last month I was up here. I'm down to here now. So in the lotion, I went from 4.2 ounces to 2.3. So making progress on this one. I will say I'm kind of tired of this scent, so I will be using it here and there, but probably not focusing too much on it. And then bringing back some from September, just to give you a little bit of tracking where I've been, even though I wasn't going to be focusing on this. I had Sweet Whiskey in I used up the lotion completely, or almost completely. It's like I have a little bit, so I will finish it this month. But I had in October 4 ounces, and now I'm down to 3.2. And then in my lavender and vanilla from Victoria's Secret, I used up the body cream completely, but in the mist, I'm started at 4.5 and I'm down to 3.7. So I have been, using this, even though this wasn't a focus this month. I continue to use my scents because I'm not just using Fairy Tale and Warm and Cozy. I mean, I am throwing on some other mists every once in a while because I like variety. I really do. But this month, my focus is going to be the Flannel and Boots Mist from, this is from Scandalous Cosmetics. So this is a newer to me company. I've made 2 videos on my channel, so I will link them down below. And I went in for her Black Friday sale and made some new customs, and I think they're going to be good. So I'm excited. But anyway, this is her house blend of, this is Cocoa Butter Cashmere and Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds. It's called Flannels, Boots, and Bonfires. So in the body mist, and they're all 4 ounces, even though the vessel is a different size. But in the mist, I have started with 4.1 ounces, although the weight of the bottle is also part of that number because this is a 4 ounce bottle. So how can I have 4.1 in body mist? But that's that's just how it is. And then I have in the body milk 6.6 ounces. So this bottle is much heavier. Ugh, sorry. Even though it's a 4-ounce bottle. It's 4-ounce fluid ounces inside it. But it's weighing at 6.6. And then the body oil is weighing in at 4.3. So I've been enjoying it. Definitely layering it on, and the body oil. Is this the oil? Boy, does this make my skin so soft. When I showered the following day after wearing this, I mean, I could feel how soft my skin was. And I'm like, that's got to be the body oil or the combination of all three. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that one. And then just for good measure, this is not one I'm focusing on, but I know I'll be using it quite a bit, so I might as well weigh it and see where I'm at, is Whiskey and Bonfire from Scandalous Cosmetics. I love the combination of Bonfire Bash and Sweet Whiskey. So, Sweet Whiskey and Bonfire Bash. I love the combination of those two. So I thought, let's just put it together in a mist and make a custom of it. Came out great. So I've been using this a little bit. I'm already down to there, just a little bit. And then I've been enjoying layering that scent, or a smoky scent, with, where are my glasses? Because I want to get the name of this right. It's a Kayali travel size perfume that I have. And I think I do want to get the larger bottle. But it is called Love Fest Burning Cherry 48. I think she came out with this 2 years ago. I forgot I had it. Completely forgot I had this Kayali one. I really like it. It does remind me of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but it's got a little bit of a smokiness. And so that's kind of nice with the Whiskey and Bonfire. Back in November, rediscovering my perfumes and kind of realizing I had certain scents I forgot about has been really a blessing and kind of a good thing. So want to use up some of this perfume. And I will mark this glass so you can see where it's at. So that's my project, Use It Up, and kind of what I've been doing. So what do I have? Looking forward to, December. I'm dropping all kinds of things. In December, I have my book review next week. I have a small Scentsy haul coming. I have my Teddy Bees haul coming. I will also do my little monthly club from Scentsy In and Out. I'm not planning on getting the Bring Back My Bar kit. I looked at the list, and although it looks really good and probably one of the better ones in the past year, there's 7 scents that I'm like, I'm not interested in those. So when I took those out, I'm like, oh, that leaves me 18, which is perfect for 3 bundle and saves. So I'll save some money, not get all 25, because I really don't need that much wax. And then I'll get to enjoy, I think, the ones that I, may love. Some I may not like, but I think they're scent notes that intrigue me enough. So for that, I will, buy that in January. So I won't be doing the Bring Back My Bar kit. Anything else as far as video goes. And then I will be closing out the year with my wax goals for 2025. I will definitely do that as well. So yeah, I think I've been talking enough. I don't know that I have anything else to say other than I can't believe it's December and it's been a year. It's been a year, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for another year. And I will share a favorite, like I like to close out. I didn't bring the whole machine up, but I was thinking, like, what is something that I would absolutely get again if it broke, or if I, whatever reason, not that I would lose a coffee machine, but that I would absolutely get again, and like a favorite of mine. And since it's the holidays, maybe it's something you'd want to buy for yourself or for someone very special in your life. But I love my Nespresso. So these are the coffee, I just brought these up because I love these sleeves. Audacio is one of my favorites. I also like Stormio, and Melazio, I think. But I have the Virtuoso machine. I think that's what it's called. So they look like this. I recycle the unused or the used filters, these used pods. But Nespresso, I love my Nespresso. I use it every single day. I've had it now for 2 years. It was a Christmas gift to me, and super grateful for it. I love it. So I figured I will share that as my favorite to close out this video. So I think I covered everything. I just speak from whatever's on my mind when I record these, but it's been a good month. I really hope to find the joy in December, even though it's going to be extremely busy, and, just enjoy life as much as possible. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week or weekend, or I don't know what day this is going to go up, but whatever time that you're watching this, I hope it's wonderful. I hope you take time to really savor the season. Because it is a special season. December is a special month, and there's a lot going on, but not thinking about it as all the chores, but really thinking about, what do you get to do? Not the have to do, but what do you get to do? And think of it that way, because getting to do something is a blessing in itself. So I wish you all a wonderful day, evening, whenever you're watching this. I hope it's wonderful. And thank you so, so much. Really so much for, watching my channel and commenting and subscribing. Talk about blessings. It's such a blessing to be able to be in this community and chat with you all. So, leave something. How was your month? What are you looking forward to? Are you on a low buy like I have been? It felt pretty lonely back in August, but I feel like there's a lot of people that are also now on a low buy, no buy. So I don't feel so alone anymore. So thank you for that too. So let me know how you're doing. Thank you so much. I will chat with you later. Bye-bye.